ọdún ẹgbàálé-mẹ́rìnlélógún.
Once again, I welcome you all to this year's World Conference.
Ohun tí ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run sọ pé kí iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kó máa jó wájú, kó máa jó ẹ̀yìn lé lórí bá a ti jó lóde Ọ̀yọ́.
The theme for this year's World Conference
Ó ní
is
ikọ̀ ọba ni wá.
We are God's ambassadors.
Ikọ̀ ọba ni wá.
We are His ambassadors.
Ikọ̀ rẹ̀ ni wá.
We are His ambassadors.
Ikọ̀ Ọlọ́run ni wá.
We are God's ambassadors.
Gbọ́dọ̀ nǹkan wà tí màá máa luni mọ́ gbọ́mọ́ fún ọjọ́ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin.
There are some things I will be hammering and re-explaining in the 4 days.
Ó náà sì ni pé iṣẹ́ tá a bá gbé ran ikọ̀ tá a fi ran ikọ̀ kì í pa ikọ̀.
And the point is, any assignment given to an ambassador cannot kill him.
Ní nǹkan bí 20 ọdún sẹ́yìn.
About 20 years ago,
A wà nílùú Ìbàdàn.
we were at Ibadan
À ń ṣe ìpolongo ìrere bí irú eléyìí.
for a crusade like this.
Ní àwọn kan bá bínú nínú ìjọ tá a ti lọ ṣe ìsọjí ní.
And some people in the church we visited were angry.
Wọ́n ní èmi ẹ sọmọ àjọ náà.
I am not their member.
Èmi ò mọ̀ pé ẹnìkan wà lógbóni ẹnìkan ò sí lógbóni.
I don't know if anyone belongs to a occultic group or not.
Kí sì lèèyàn wà ní ẹgbẹ́ kan ṣe tí ó lè bọ́ta pé ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ báyìí ló ọmọ bẹ̀rùlà ní mí mọ bọ́ta.
Then what is the essence belonging to a group and you cannot be bold?
Ọlá society ní mí mọ bọ́ta. Christ comrade ní mí mọ bọ́ta. Ibi tá a ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ránṣẹ́.
While we were ministering,
Ni wọ́n bá sọ pàpà.
they decided to throw an arrow.
Wọ́n ní àwọn ọkàn mi kò.
They said they will deal with me.
Wọ́n rò wípé
They thought
èmi ni mo rọra mi.
I sent myself.
Wọ́n ti gbàgbé wípé ikọ̀ lásán lè mí.
They forgot that I am only ambassador.
Ní ẹ̀yìn ìsọjí.
After the crusade,
Gbà tó di bí ọ̀sẹ̀ kẹrin sí karùn-ún.
after 4 weeks or 5 weeks,
Bíṣọ́ọ̀bù bá pè mí.
the bishop there called me.
Wọ́n ní tó
Then he said,
ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ làwọn ń sìnkú o.
we are burying people every week.
Tó ṣẹ́ẹ̀sì mọ̀ pé ọmọ èké a lè ní aṣọ bí àgbà kálẹ̀ àkísà bí àgbà.
And you know that experience is key.
Di bí mo ṣe dúró wájú yìí, ọmọ èké sì ni mí.
I am still a very young man.
Ọmú sì ń rùn lẹ́nu mi dì sí.
Still very young.
Ni mo bá ti tọmọdé bọ̀.
And then I acted as a child.
Wọ́n ní kí n mọ́ fẹ́ ṣe sí.
I told the bishop, what will I do?
Torí kan nù wọ́n ti kà pé
Because one of them had confessed,
ajínrere tó wá
the evangelist that came,
táwọn ta lọ́fà.
that they threw arrow at.
Ọfà padà sọ́dọ̀.
The arrow backfired.
Orin Dáfídì,
The book of Psalm,
orí ìkarùnlélọ́gọ́rùn,
chapter 105,
ẹsẹ̀ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún.
verse 15,
Ó ní,
it said,
má ṣe fi ọwọ́ kan ẹni àmì òróró mi.
don't touch my anointed,
Ẹni àmì òróró mi.
my anointed.
Ó lówó lọ́ ni o,
Either he is rich
kò lówó lọ́ ni o.
or he is not rich.
Kódà káìsàn wà lá, kódà káìsàn wọ́n jáìsàn ọpọlọ.
Even if he is mentally disabled,
Tí ò tiẹ̀ lè ṣiṣẹ́ má tó ti dẹni tí ó ti jájá.
even if he is inactive and presently a madman,
Níwọ̀n abó ṣe jẹ́ ni àmì òróró ọ̀rọ̀.
as long as he is an anointed servant of
Bó
God,
o kàn fi rẹ́rìn lásán.
that you make jest of him,
Bó o ṣe lè fi wèrè lásán rẹ́rìn.
same way you can make jest of a madman.
O lè má bọ́ o.
you might not be out of the trouble.
Akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbólóhùn tó wá parí ẹsẹ̀ ń sọ pé.
Then the last phrase of that verse.
Ó ní.
It said.
Má ṣe àwọn wòlíì mi níbi.
Do my prophet no harm.
Àwọn tí a ń pè ní àwọn wòlíì ní májẹ̀mú láíláí.
In the Old Testament, those we call prophets.
Àwọn ni àwọn tí apọ́sítélì máa lo èdè pé àwọn alàgbà.
They are the people referred to as elders.
Nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìwé rẹ̀ nínú 9 tó kọ.
In most of his 9 books.
Àwọn tí májẹ̀mú láíláí ń pè ní wòlíì ni àwọn tí àwa lè pè ní àwọn pastor, àwọn evangelist.
Those they call prophets in the Old Testament are people we can refer to as our pastors and evangelists.
Àwọn wòlíì.
Our prophets.
Àwọn olùkọ́ni.
Our teachers.
Àti àwọn apostoli.
And the apostles.
Àti àwọn diakoni.
And also our deacons.
Nítorí náà nígbà tí má ṣe pa àwọn wòlíì mi lára ó ń sọ nípa.
Saying do not do my prophet any harm.
Bàbá Adéníjì, Bàbá Oyèdókun.
Talking about.
Bàbá Àbíbá.
Our reverends, our deacons.
Bàbá alága wa nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí. Iṣẹ́ tá fi rẹ́pọ̀ kì í pa ẹ̀kọ́.
Any assignment given to an ambassador is always successful.
Iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ tí ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí.
This week's program.
Yóò jẹ́ iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ agbára bákan.
Will also be power program.
Gbogbo àwọn tí a pè ní ikọ̀ rẹ̀.
His vessels, his ambassador.
Ó rán wa jáde.
He is sending us out.
Láti jí òkú dìde.
To raise the dead.
Láti mú arọ láradá.
To raise the lame.
Gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ ìyanu tí ó wá ti wá sọ wọ́n báyìí tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́.
Miracles that are now real, that no longer happen.
Ọlọ́run lóhun ó ṣe wọ́n.
God said he will do them.
Nínú ìpàdé yìí.
In this meeting.
Torí náà èmi náà retí rẹ̀.
And so I am expectant.
Ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ ni màá lè sọ ní àṣálẹ́.
This evening I will be brief in the word.
Torí mo fẹ́ tẹ̀lé àkókò.
Because I want to keep to time.
Láti òní.
From today.
Mo fẹ́ tẹ̀lé àkókò.
I want to keep to time.
Bíbélì sọ fún wa.
The Bible told us.
Ní ẹsẹ̀ Bíbélì tí a kà jáde.
In the Bible reading.
Ó ní.
It said.
Nígbà ó sì pọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ méjèèjìlá sọ́dọ̀. Ó fa agbára fún wọn lórí àwọn ẹ̀mí àìmọ́ láti máa lé wọn jáde àti láti ṣe ìwòsàn gbogbo àrùn gbogbo. Nígbà tí ó pe àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ méjèèjì.
He called his 12 disciples.
Ó fi agbára fún wọn.
He gave them power.
Láti máa lé ẹ̀mí àìmọ́ jáde.
To send out evil spirits.
Àti láti máa ṣe àìsàn, àwòtán gbogbo àìsàn.
And to heal all sickness.
Gbogbo àìsàn.
All sickness.
Tí àwọn àìsàn kan bá dé bá àwọn èèyàn lónìí.
When people have some sickness, some ailments.
Nínú ìjọ káàkiri.
In the church, all over the world.
Lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí ni mo mọ̀ ìmọ̀ bò mí.
Only in Nigeria.
Wọ́n wà ní wọ́n máa dáwó fún.
They will ask people to contribute money for them.
Nígbà tí wọ́n sì wà níbẹ̀.
When you are there.
Wọ́n wà ní kíjọ máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú owó nígbà tí wọ́n sì wà níbẹ̀.
They will ask the church to help them with money when you are there.
Níní orí ọ̀fẹ́ láti mú aláìsàn láradá.
Having the grace to heal the sick.
Kì í ṣe nǹkan tá a fi fún ni láti máa fi pawó káàkiri.
It's not what we are giving so it can become a source of living.
Ṣùgbọ́n láti lè fi máa gbé ògo Ọlọ́run ga ni.
But instead it is to lift the glory of God.
Bíbélì sọ fún wa nípa àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn, ó sì pè wọ́n ní 12.
The Bible told us about the disciples and it called them 12.
Ẹ wá rí i pé.
You will observe that.
Bíbélì ní ẹsẹ̀ ìkejì sí kẹrin.
Bible in verses 2 to 4.
Ó wá dákun méjèèjìlá.
now mentioned the names of the 12.
nítorí wípé
Because
ìtàbọ̀jọ́
some
kérésì
people might only attend services on Christmas Day and the New Year Eve.
kìí ṣe pé torí ogbó o.
It is not because of old age.
Wọ́n máa fìdá mẹ́wàá ránṣẹ́ ń gbà mí.
Some of them will send their tithes sometimes.
Ọmọ ìjọ náà ni wọ́n.
They are also members.
Wọ́n lè máa ránṣẹ́ sáwọn ránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run, ọmọ ìjọ náà.
They might be blessing and taking care of pastors. They are members.
Níjọ Manuel.
In Emmanuel Baptist Church.
Tí ẹ bá ń sọ nípa àwọn díákónì.
When we are talking about deacons and deaconess.
Wọ́n wà lórùnràrùn.
They are many.
Ọlọ́mọge tó jókòó yẹn.
That younger woman sitting.
Mama Adéníran.
Mama Adéníran.
Díákónì náà ni wọ́n.
She is a deaconess.
Díákónì náà ni wọ́n.
She is also a deaconess.
Nínú ìjọ.
In the church.
Ìyá Ògúnjìmí tí wọ́n ka Bíbélì, díákónì náà ni wọ́n.
Mama Ògúnjìmí also a deaconess.
Ṣùgbọ́n
But
tó bá dibi wípé bàbá Adéníjì fẹ́ lọ ṣe ètò ìsọmọ lórúkọ tí wọ́n wá ní pẹ̀tò, mo fẹ́ rán díákónì kan, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé wọn ò ní rán ọlọ́mọge mu.
You know, if for any reason the reverend wants the church has a naming and she wants to send somebody who send Mama.
Ìdí sì ni pé.
And the reason is because
Mama ti dàgbà.
Mama is retired.
Kìí ṣe pé wọ́n ṣe díákónì.
Not that she is not a deaconess.
Ṣùgbọ́n àgbà ti dé.
But she is old.
Ṣé rí Bíbélì dákọ̀ ó sọ pé àwọn méjìlá lẹ́sẹ̀ kìíní gbọ́ wá dẹ́sẹ̀ kejì kẹta kẹrin ó fi odidi ẹsẹ̀ mẹ́ta ṣàlàyé pé tá à ń sọ ń pa wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kìíní àwọn ni ó wá gbé látòrí Mátíù Símónì Pétérù títí dórí Akíntayó tí ẹsẹ̀ ìkẹrin sọ ń pa rẹ̀ àgékùgbólò tó parí ẹsẹ̀ kẹrin wọ́n dákọ̀ Akíntayó náà. Judas Iscariot ẹni tó fi hàn.
The Bible mentioned the names of all the 12 from Matthew down to Judas, the man that later betrayed him.
Kí ló dé tó fi jẹ́ pé àwọn méjìlá?
Why were they 12?
Òun ni Jésù yàn.
Why
sọ́tọ̀ nínú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn.
chose and separate 12 of the disciples?
Ìdí ni pé
The reason is because
òǹkà kejìlá.
number 12
ó ṣe pàtàkì pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run.
is very significant with God.
Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run sì pè Jákọ́bù.
And when God called Jacob
Tí ó sì fún ní orúkọ tó pè ní Ísírẹ́lì.
and gave him a name by the name Israel.
Ṣé mọ̀ wípé Jákọ́bù
You remember that Jacob,
ká tó bí
before he was born,
ni Ọlọ́run ti nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ tayọ nígbà tí ò tí ì mọ Ọlọ́run.
him, even when he didn't know God.
Lọ́lọ́run ti nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ tayọ.
God loved him exceedingly.
Ẹ rí wípé
You will notice
ní
that
Jẹ́nẹ́sísì orí kẹẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n
in Genesis chapter 25,
ẹsẹ̀ ìkẹtàlélógún
verses 23
sí ẹsẹ̀ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n.
to verses 35.
Níbẹ̀ ni a ti rí ìṣípayá irú ìfẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run ní sí Jákọ́bù
Here we saw
ṣáájú ká tó bí.
revelation of
Nígbà
the kind of love God had for Jacob.
nígbà tí màá àbèjì wà ní oyún.
When their mother was pregnant,
Tí Ọlọ́run sọ fún màá àbèjì pé
and God told their mother,
oyún tó níyì o.
this pregnancy you have,
Táyé kàn ní à o.
they are twins.
Ìkan ni mo fẹ́ràn.
I love one
Ó kórìíra kejì.
and he hated the other one.
Ètò fẹ́ràn wá ní òun yọjọ mọ́kàndé ṣùgbọ́n ní ó padà gbẹ̀gbọ́n.
The one he loved, he said he is going to come last, but later he will leave.
Wípé Jákọ́bù ti ṣe sẹ́ẹ̀lì bímọkùnrin méjìlá.
That Jacob, being the man Israel, had 12 sons.
Kìí ṣe pé nítorí pọ́pọ́kùnrin bá bàbá wa tí máa kéjì kárù tí wọ́n bá bímọ tọ́jọ́kùn wọn ni kí lẹ bí ọ ni àkìlọ̀ mà tí wọ́n bì tẹ́lẹ̀ akọlù gìdá bí ọmọkùnrin lóbìnrin rẹ̀ bí. Kìí ṣe rúùyù kìí ṣe pé ó ṣèèṣì.
He had 12 sons because he was a strong man.
Ètò Ọlọ́run ni.
It was God's program.
Ṣùgbọ́n láti jẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ àti ńgbà tí ìtàn àrọ́bá bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ńgbọ̀ bá yá.
But for the whole world,
Bí irú àkókò yìí,
for a time like this,
Ọlọ́run á fún ní ọmọbìnrin kan.
God now gave him a daughter.
Eléyìí tí Genesis orí 24 ẹsẹ̀ kìíní dákọ rẹ̀ fún wa.
Genesis chapter 34 verse 1 mentioned her name.
Tá a pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Dínà.
That is by name Dinah.
Dínà yìí ló bí Jábésì tá à ń pè ní ọmọ ìbànújẹ́. Nítorí náà Jábésì ọmọ ìbànújẹ́, Jábésì ọmọ ìbànújẹ́ tá à ń wí. Bàbá àyà rẹ̀ Jákọ́bù ní Ísírẹ́lì.
It was Dinah that gave birth to Jabez.
Ṣùgbọ́n bàbá Jábésì kìí ṣe ará Ísírẹ́lì o, kìí ṣe ọmọ Jákọ́bù, kìí ṣe irú ọmọ Ábúráhámù o, ìran Ṣẹ́kẹ́mù ló, ìran kí ìran ló ń ti wá. Ṣùgbọ́n jọlá Ọlọ́run bàbá àyà rẹ̀ ń gbọ́ gbàdúrà tí ó sì béèrè fún àánú tó sì rá àánú gbà.
The father of Jabez was not from Israel, he was from Shechem, but he enjoyed the benefit of the God of his mother.
Nítorí ti Jákọ́bù.
Because of Jacob.
Àti ọmọkùnrin 12 tó fún.
And the 12 sons God gave him.
Tí Ọlọ́run wá torí ọmọkùnrin 12.
And God from these 12 sons.
Tí ó fi mú ìlérí tó ṣe fún Ábúráhámù ṣẹ pé ìwọ ó di bàbá àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè.
He fulfilled the promise he made to Abraham that he would become the father of nations.
Ó kúrò ní bàbá orílẹ̀-èdè kan, ó di bàbá àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè.
That you will not just be the father of a nation, but the father of nations.
Ọlọ́run ọ̀wá fi májẹ̀mú yìí sí é.
And God did not joke with this covenant.
Nígbà tí Joshua fẹ́ da àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì kọjá ní odò Jọ́dánì ní ìyàngbẹ ilẹ̀.
When Joshua wanted to pass through Jordan with the children of Israel,
Bíbélì jẹ́ kó yé wa pé
the Bible told us that
Joshua sa òkò 12.
Joshua built 12 stones.
Ṣé mọ̀ pé ní nǹkan bí ọdún 12 sẹ́yìn nínú pàdé?
Remember that about 12 years ago in this conference,
A sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àdìtú àṣírí àwọn òkò.
we talked about mystery of stones.
Níbi tá a ti lè lẹ̀yàn lóríṣiríṣi òkò.
Different areas where you can be stoned.
Tá a sì lo Sámúẹ́lì kìíní orí 30.
And we considered 1 Samuel chapter 30.
Ẹ rí i pé lẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ àwọn èèyàn he òkò wọ́n fẹ́ lẹ kábíyèsí lóko.
Remember that in the first 6 verses, people tried to stone the king.
Joshua he òkò
Joshua
12.
built 12 stones.
Ìkọ̀ọ̀kan dúró fún ìran Ísírẹ́lì kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Each of the stones were representing the tribes of Israel.
Bó ṣe wà nígbà ni.
As it was then,
Kò sí ìran Ísírẹ́lì 12 mọ́ báyìí o.
they do not have the 12 tribes again now.
Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà ọwà.
But then it was in existence.
Nígbà tí wọ́n dé orí òkè Kámẹ́lì ní ìwé àwọn ọba kínní orí 18.
When they go to Mount Carmel in 1 Samuel chapter 18,
Nígbà tí wòlíì Èlíjà
when prophet Elijah
tó sọ fún àwọn wòlíì Báálì pé
told the prophets of Baal,
bí kún ló lóko bí tàkúté ni.
if it's my God that is supreme or your God,
Ìpàdé di orí òkè
we
Kámẹ́lì.
shall meet for a contest on Mount Carmel.
Nígbà tó dún màálù tó fẹ́ fi rúbọ.
When he slaughtered his animal for sacrifice,
Wòlíì Èlíjà lọ pọn garawa omi 12.
Elijah fetched 12 buckets of water
Ó dà lé ẹgbọ̀rọ̀ màálù lórí.
poured them on the cow
Nítorí pé ó fẹ́ pe iná.
because he wanted to call down fire.
Yóò yí ẹ̀yin ará Ọ̀yọ́ dáadáa.
Oyo people will understand this better
Nítorí pé Aláàfin kẹta ní òde Ọ̀yọ́.
because the third Alaafin of Oyo land
Wọ́n máa pọ́kọ rẹ̀ ní Ṣàngó Olùfihàn.
is by name Ṣàngó Olùfihàn.
Ṣàngó Olùfihàn ọmọ bíbí inú Ọ̀rànyàn ni.
Was a direct son of Oyo,
Ṣùgbọ́n ìyá tiẹ̀
but his own mother,
sọ̀rọ̀ tí ìyá gbọ́dọ̀ ọmọ nu pé ọmọ Òkè Ọya ni.
the mother came from Okioya.
Ṣàngó Olùfihàn yìí jẹ́ alágbára bẹ́yìn ará Ọ̀yọ́ ṣe mọ̀.
Ṣàngó was a powerful man.
A máa sọ̀rọ̀ tínú bá bí yọ yọná lẹ́nu.
Anytime is speaking and is angry, fire will be coming out of his mouth.
Iná tó bá jáde lẹ́nu tiẹ̀ kìí ṣe pé náà pé a fẹ́ fi wíran.
Any fire that will come out of his mouth is not to kill an animal.
Rárá.
No.
Kìí ṣe pé a fẹ́ fi sun pápá.
It will not be to maybe burn bush.
Wọ́n fẹ́ fi hàn pé agbára kan ń gbé nínú òun tó sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ jáde.
Only to exercise that a power lives in him and speaks out.
Nítorí náà pé wọ́n rọ garawo omi 12 sórí màálù kò nítumọ̀ nítorí pé agbára tó ju gbogbo agbára lọ tó so ayé àti ọ̀run kọ́, nítorí pé ìwé orin Dáfídì orí 24 ẹsẹ̀ kìíní sọ pé
that they pour 12 buckets of water had no meaning, because the power that is controlling the universe, according to Psalm 24 verse 1,
ó ní tí Olúwa ní ilẹ̀,
said the earth is the Lord,
ayé àti ẹ̀kún rẹ̀.
the earth, the world, and those that dwell therein.
Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá ń rìn,
When God is moving,
gbogbo agbára yòókù máa tẹríba.
all other powers always bow.
Wọ́n máa tẹríba ni.
They always bow.
Nítorí náà òǹkà 12 yìí,
Therefore, this 12 number,
májẹ̀mú tí Ọlọ́run ti bá Jákọ́bù dá yìí tó bá Ísírẹ́lì dá yìí,
covenant God made with Jacob, with Israel,
olọ́fà tí Jésù Kristi
was the same reason why Jesus Christ
tó fi fa àwọn 12 ọkùnrin 12 kan,
decided to choose 12 men.
kò sóbìnrin láàrin wọn.
There were no women among them,
Nítorí wípé ọmọkùnrin 12 tí Jákọ́bù bí,
because the 12 sons of Jacob,
májẹ̀mú tó gbé àwọn ọmọkùnrin 12 jáde
the covenant that brought forth these 12 men,
la fi yan àwọn ọkùnrin 12 yìí.
were used to choose these 12
Ṣùgbọ́n
disciples.
gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn Jésù
For all the disciples of Jesus,
wọ́n ju 12 lọ.
they were more than 12.
Àwọn lábẹ̀tọ́ wà ní gbogbo àwọn
We have theologians here.
àwọn bàbá Adéníjì, bàbá Oyèdòkun, bàbá Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Ògúndáre, wọ́n wà ní ìtọ́jẹ́ pé gbogbo tèmi ń sọ ìbí ìgbà tí mò ń pàtó ni.
We have scholars here who are well read and who understand better.
Ṣùgbọ́n
But
àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn àwọn lábẹ̀tọ́ pè wọ́n ní, wọ́n pe iye wọn ní 24.
they called them 144.
24.
144.
Sẹ́rí lára gbogbo 24 yìí,
Of all these 144,
wọ́n jẹ́ àtakọ àtabo.
we have women there, we have men.
Ara àwọn akọ tó wà láàrin wọn tí ò sí lára àwọn 12 yìí,
Some of the men among the disciples that are not part of these 12
òun ni ọmọkùnrin kan,
was one man.
òun ò tí ì pé ọmọ 30 ọdún.
He was not 30.
Bóyá dìtà fífi sí ara àwọn 12 nù.
Maybe this is one of the reasons he was not part of the 12.
Ọ̀dọ́ langba ni.
He was a youth.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Jésù ṣe jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ langba
As Jesus was a youth.
nígbà tí wọ́n lọ síbi ìgbéyàwó
When they went to the wedding
ní Kánà Gálílì.
at the Cana of Galilee,
Ẹ rí pé Jòhánù orí 2
you will notice that in John chapter 2,
ẹsẹ̀ 1
verse 1,
ó sọ fún wa
told us
pé Jésù lọ síbi ìgbéyàwó kan ní Kánà
that
Gálílì.
Jesus went to a wedding at the Cana of
Òun
Galilee,
àti ìyá rẹ̀.
himself and the mother.
Ẹsẹ̀ 2 wá sọ pé
Then verse 2 told us that,
àti àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú.
and also with his disciples.
Ẹ rí wípé nígbà tí ó di bí ẹsẹ̀ 4 sí 5,
Then you will observe that verses 4, 5,
ọtí tán.
they ran out of wine,
Màá Jésù wá lọ ọba.
and Jesus' mother went to him.
Mọ́mà jójú ó tì mí.
Please do not let us be put to shame.
Dákun,
Please.
wọ́n lọ títàn.
They told us we have run out of wine.
Bó ti máa dára yìí.
The same way you perform miracles.
Nígbà tí a bá wà nù létí ò sí
When
nǹkan
we
kan.
are at home and we have nothing.
Nítorí pé Jésù gbà lọ́mọ 20 ọdún péré
Because Jesus was only 20 years
ni Jósẹ́fù bàbá rẹ̀ kú.
when Joseph, the father, died.
Opó tòótọ́ ni Màríà.
Mary was a true widow.
Àwọn tí Bíbélì pè ní opó tòótọ́.
Those that the Bible referred to as true widows
Àwọn ọ̀dọ́bìnrin tí ò sọ́kọ fún tí ò sì sọ́nà àbáyọ fún.
are women without husband and with no way out.
Jésù sì kéré
And Jesus was very young.
nígbà tí Jósẹ́fù kú.
When Joseph died,
Màríà fúnra rẹ̀
Mary herself
ọjọ́ ọmọ ọdún mọ́kàndínlógójì
was 39.
nígbà tí Jósẹ́fù kú.
When Joseph died,
Ó pọ́ tòótọ́ ni.
she was a true widow.
Ṣùgbọ́n Jésù dúró bí ọkọ fún.
But Jesus stood as her husband.
Tí a bá ní òsì nǹkan lé mọ́ yóò ní ẹ lọ́ọ́ wò wọ́n sì bá nǹkan yẹn.
Anytime they ran out of foodstuffs,
Ìdí náà tí Màríà fi sọ fún Kánà Gálílì pé
and that was why she told him at the Cana of Galilee.
ntọ́ bá ti wí fún yín,
He told them, whatever he asked you to do,
ẹ ṣe é.
just do it.
Nítorí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí opó tòótọ́,
Because as a true widow,
ní tí ojú opó tòótọ́ máa ń rí,
things that true widows face,
ojú tí ẹ ò rí.
she didn't experience
Tí a bá pè
any.
pàdé àwọn opó,
Anytime they gather widows,
tí ìyá màmá wa Àfọ̀njá tí a bá lọ bẹ̀,
and Mama Akintayo should go there,
àwọn kì í sopó tòótọ́.
she is not a true widow.
Àwọn lè lọ torí pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ gbọ́rọ̀ Ọlọ́run
She might decided to attend because she wanted to hear the word
láti
of God,
mọ̀ sí
to know more,
àti láti gba àwọn opó mìíràn níyànjú.
and to also encourage some other widows.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ opó ni ó máa lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n bá kó àwọn èèyàn mọ́ra.
Lots of widows will be going to them when they gather people.
Tí wọ́n máa lọ bá wọn fún ìmọ̀ràn.
They will be going to them for counseling
Nítorí pé wọ́n rí wọn bí opó.
because they will see them as widows.
Ṣùgbọ́n wọn è sopó tòótọ́.
But they are not true widows.
Àwọn opó tòótọ́ ni àwọn opó tó jẹ́ pé òkèlè kò sí ibikíbi tí òkèlè ti lè pọ́n
True
lórí fún.
widows are people that have no other way.
Jésù wá sọ fún màá rẹ̀, ó sọ fún Màríà.
Jesus now told the mother,
Ó ní wo obìnrin má rí pípọ́n ojú mi o.
"You woman, don't get me angry.
Kí ni ṣe tèmi tiẹ̀?
What has me to do with you?
Àkókò mi ò tí ì tó.
My time has not come."
Because Jesus was not 30
Torí pé Jésù kò tí ì pé ọmọ 30 ọdún,
and you had to be 30
ó sì gbúdọ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ 30 ọdún.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ wa ní.
As adult, as youths here,
O gbọ́dọ̀ pé ọmọ ọdún méjìdínlógún
you must be 18
kí o tó gba ìwé pé a fẹ́ máa wakọ̀ káàkiri.
before you can be given driving license.
Àti bọ́ bá dẹ́ṣẹ̀ kí wọ́n tó lè dájọ́ fún un láti lọ sẹ́wọ̀n
You should commit a crime before they can judge you to go to prison
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀daràn.
as a criminal.
Tí a bá fi àwọn ọmọ jẹ́lé òsinmi ọmọ bíi ọdún mẹ́tàdínlógún sílẹ̀ síbi pamọ́,
If they should remind 17 years old people downward,
wọn kì í pè ní ẹ̀wọ̀n.
they will not call it prison.
Jòhánù
John,
tó kú ní Lásárù tó kú ní Jòhánù
Lazarus that died in the book of John,
orí kọkànlá,
chapter 11,
ẹ rí i pé ní ẹsẹ̀ ìkẹtàlélógójì
you will see that in verse 43,
nígbà tí Jésù débi ibojì
when Jesus gone to his tomb
tó gbàdúrà
and he prayed,
tó sọ pé Lásárù
and he said, Lazarus,
jáde wá,
come out.
ẹni tó kú náà sì jáde.
And he that was dead came out.
Ọmọkùnrin tí a ń pè ní Lásárù tí Jésù jí dìde,
This man called Lazarus that Jesus rose,
ọ̀dọ́mọkùnrin,
he was a youth.
ṣùgbọ́n ara àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn mẹ́rìnlélógóje,
He was one of the 144 disciples.
àwọn obìnrin
The women,
tí wọ́n wà nínú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn,
they were part of the disciples.
Màríà ìyá Jésù wà ńbẹ̀.
Mary, the mother of Jesus, was one of them.
Màríà ẹ̀gbọ́n Lásárù wà ńbẹ̀.
Mary, the sister of Lazarus, was one of them.
Màtá ẹ̀gbọ́n Lásárù wà ńbẹ̀.
Martha was also one of them.
Ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ni gbogbo wọn.
They were all disciples.
Ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ni gbogbo wọn.
They were all disciples.
Ṣùgbọ́n
But
àwọn méjìlá kan wà
there were 12 people
tí a rán jáde.
that were sent for.
Ọmọ àmánú ni gbogbo wa.
We are all Emmanuel Baptist Church
Diakoni
members.
ìmánú ni gbogbo wa.
We are all deacons and deaconess in this mission.
Akọrin ìmánú ni gbogbo wa.
We are all choir members of this church.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan wà tí a rán jáde.
But there are some people sent out.
Báwo ló ṣe mọ̀?
How will you know?
Báwo ló sì ṣe mọ ipò tí Ọlọ́run tó ọ sí?
And how will you know your place in God's agenda?
Gbogbo eléyìí ó farahàn
All of this shall be explained
nínú àjọ̀dún ọ̀rọ̀ yìí
in this year's
kó tó di wípé
before
ètò tẹnubọpo.
we close.
Lẹ́yìn àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn
Aside the disciples,
ńlá ní àwọn èrò.
we also have the multitude.
Àwọn eléyìí tí wọ́n bá ti gbọ́ pé Jésù wà níbì kan wọ́n ó tún rọ́ lọ ọbẹ̀.
These people, when they hear the news that Jesus is everywhere, they will go there.
Kì í ṣe pé torí pé wọ́n gbàgbọ́ nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ Jésù.
Because they believe in his ministry.
Tákòókò wákàtí àdúrà èsì tí a ń sìn ní àárín wọn bá tó, wọ́n kúrò lẹ́yìn rẹ̀, wọ́n lọ gba àdúrà wákàtí tí wọ́n bá tún gbà tán wọ́n ó tún padà.
If it was time for them to observe some prayers in their normal religion, they will go for it and return back to Jesus.
Mo pe ìpàdé àdúrà kan ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá
I called for a prayer meeting last week
ní ìlú Ìṣẹ́yìn.
in Ìṣẹ́yìn.
A máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìpàdé àdúrà ní bí aago 5:30 àbọ̀ láàárọ̀.
We usually start 5:30 a.m.
Ó wá di ọjọ́ kan,
Then one of the days,
mo wá ní tò ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ṣe ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù tí ẹ ṣe ń gbàgbọ́ èdè táwọn èèyàn máa ń lò nù.
I said, those of you who are not Christians,
Mo ní kí wọ́n dìde,
I said they should stand up.
kí wọ́n farahàn.
They should appear.
Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé
Do you believe that?
àwọn tí wọn ò ń ṣe ẹlẹ́sìn tí wọ́n wà ńbẹ̀
Those who were not Christians, who were there,
láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ tá à ń sọ yìí,
that early in the morning,
wọ́n sì pọ̀
they were many.
níye bí àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn
They
Jésù.
were as much as the Christians.
Kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá gba Jésù ni wọ́n fi ń wá.
They didn't come because they wanted to accept Christ,
Ṣùgbọ́n nítorí àwọn iṣẹ́ ìyanu tí wọ́n rí lórí pápá,
but because of the miracles on the field,
bóyá àwọn ẹ̀rí táwọn kan ń jẹ́,
or because of testimonies of others.
bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan náà ń rọ́ tẹ̀lé Jésù.
So we had some people always following Jesus.
Àwọn la pè ní ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn.
We call them multitudes.
Àwọn míì lọ torí pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí àkókò oúnjẹ bá tó, ó lè sọ àkàrà 5 àti ẹja wẹ́wẹ́ méjì.
Were going because they knew he had the miracle power to turn anything to food.
Àwọn yóò sì jẹ wọ́n tó dè lọlé.
They will eat, they will even take home.
Ẹlòmíì lọ láti lọ wòran
Some will go as onlookers
nítorí pé àwọn nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ mérìírí
because of the wonders
tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́
that
Jésù.
happens in Jesus' ministry.
Nítorí náà,
So
àwọn 12 tá a dákọ wọ̀nyí,
these 12 disciples mentioned,
mo ti sọ fún àìdí tí a fi jẹ́ 12.
I have told you the reason why they were.
Bí ẹni ìtọ̀sẹ̀ ló lòdì Ọ̀yọ́ oníbodè lọ́láàfin ọba.
Don't
Ẹ jẹ́
know
àtò lẹ́sẹẹsẹ.
that it is right that we should lay a good foundation.
Ògo ni fọ́lọ́run lókè.
Glory be to God in the highest.
Ẹsẹ̀ 3 dákọ àwọn 12.
3 verses mention the names of the 12.
Àwọn orúkọ tí ó dàbí ẹni pé wọ́n wọ́pọ̀.
The common names, the popular names
Eléyìí tí Ísírẹ́lì máa jẹ́,
that Israel bears,
wọ́n ń fi àpèlé wọn sí.
they will always put their other names.
Ẹ rí i pé wọ́n lè pé Tọ́mọ́sì Dídímù,
They might say Thomas, Didymus.
Lágbájá àti Lágbájá ọmọ Ṣébédè.
They might mention 2 names and they say they are children of the same father.
Torí tí ẹ bá dé òde Ọ̀yọ́,
Because if you come to your town,
ẹ rí i pé àwọn bíi Adékọ́lá, Oyèkọ́lá,
you know names like Adekola, Oyekola,
Akíntayọ̀, Akíntọ́lá,
Akintayo, Akintola,
Akínọlá,
Akinola
wọ́n wọ́pọ̀.
are very many.
Àwọn bíi Adéníjì wọ́n wọ́pọ̀
Adeniji, very many
lóde Ọ̀yọ́.
in Oyo town.
tí ẹ bá ń pè afẹ́rí Dr. Adéníjì afẹ́rí Dr. Adéníjì tẹ́ ẹ bá pè Dr. Esther Adéníjì ó dà gan tẹ́ ẹ bá ní conference bí lásán Ọ̀yọ́ conference tẹ́ ẹ bá ní Rev'd Adéníjì ó ṣeé ṣe kárí jù kan ẹ wá gbọ́dọ̀ pé Rev'd Dr. Esther Adéníjì tó tẹ́ ẹ bá kà pé Rev'd Dr. Adéníjì Rev'd Dr. Adéníjì lè jù kan lọ ìdí nù tí wọ́n fi ń pe àpètàn wọn kí wọ́n lè mọ ta ni gangan ni à ń sọ nípa wọn.
They mention some of these people's names and also mention their other names so that people can know them.
Kí la fẹ́ fà jáde láàrin ni pé ògo Ọlọ́run ìwàláyé Ọlọ́run
the glory of God and His presence
yóò farahàn láyé wa
will manifest in our lives.
kí pàdé yìí tó parí.
Before the close of this crusade,
Bíbélì sọ wípé
the Bible says
àwọn méjìlá yìí o
these 12
a parí rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú
we ended it with
Judas Iscariot
Judas Iscariot.
òun sì ṣe ń tiẹ̀.
He fumbled.
A ní lọ síbi àṣìṣe Judas
We will
Iscariot
not consider Judas' mistake.
nítorí pé ńgbà ayé bàbá Moses Ògúnmọ́lá bàbá wa ní Tani
Because during the life of Baba Moses Ogunmola,
tí mo bá lọ kí wọn ńgbà ayé wọn
anytime I'm there on visit,
bàbá máa sọ pé
Baba will always say that
ẹni tí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ kò dàbí ẹni tó parí dáadáa ẹni tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáadáa kò dàbí ẹni tí ó parí dáadáa.
starting well is not as good as ending well.
Bàbá ní kódà òwe ni ní àárín àwọn Gíríkì láàrin àwọn Gíríkì
That even among the Greek,
pé wọ́n máa fi òwe ni láàrin wọn
that it is a proverb there.
pé ẹni tí ó parí dáadáa la lè yìn pé ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáadáa ẹ má yìn ẹni tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáadáa tí ò tíì parí dáadáa.
You can only appreciate the one that has ended well.
ìyún
Do not appreciate
àwa sọ nípa Judas
We
Iscariot
are not here to talk about Judas Iscariot.
ṣùgbọ́n adákọ̀ wọn torí pé
But we mentioned their names because
ní tí Ọlọ́run gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́
what God commissioned into their hands.
ẹnikẹ́ni ìmíì tí ń jẹ́ Matthew
Any other person bearing Matthew
tó bá jáde
that should come out,
bí irú Símọ́nì Pétérù ṣe jáde
just as Simon Peter came out,
ó dé ẹnu ọ̀nà
he gone to the
tẹ́ḿpìlì
entrance.
dáradára.
He gone to the gate of the beautiful
Ìṣe àwọn àpọ́sítélì orí kẹta
in Acts chapter 3,
ẹsẹ̀ kínní
verse 1.
ó ní ǹjẹ́ Pétérù òun Jòhánù
Said Peter and John,
ń jùmọ̀ gòkè lọ sí
they were
tẹ́ḿpìlì
going up together
ní wákàtí àdúrà.
at the hour of prayer.
Àgékù gbólóhùn tó parí ẹsẹ̀ kínní sọ pé
And the last phrase of verse 1 says,
tí í ṣe wákàtí kẹsàn-án ọjọ́.
which was the 9th hour of the day.
Ẹ rí i pé
You will see that
àgékù gbólóhùn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ kínní
the first phrase of verse 1
ó dákun méjèèjì.
mentioned the name.
Àgékù gbólóhùn tó parí ẹsẹ̀ kínní
Then the last phrase of verse 1
ó dákun irú wákàtí tí í ṣe.
also mentioned the hour.
Tí ẹlòmíì tó lóun jẹ́ Símónì
If another person who bears Simon
tó bá débẹ̀ ńjọ́ náà
should go there that day
tó ní ọya dìde lórúkọ Jésù dìde kọ́ ọmọ
and is commanding the man to rise and walk,
ojú ó tì kú mbẹ.
he will be put to shame there.
Ọ̀pá tí Ọlọ́run sọ fún Mósè kó nà sí Òkun Pupa
The Lord, God instructed Moses to stretch at the Red Sea.
ní Ẹ́kísódù orí kẹrìnlá.
In Exodus chapter 14,
Ẹ rí i pé láti ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá
you will notice that from verse 10,
ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú pé
verse 10 started with
ogun Fáráò àwọn ọmọ ogun Fáráò wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lé wọn bọ̀.
the battle, the war of Pharaoh were pursuing them.
Army of Pharaoh.
The army of Pharaoh were pursuing them.
Wọ́n wá rí wọn.
Then they saw them.
Wọ́n mọ̀ sọ̀yà láyé ọ̀rọ̀ sí Mósè ńjọ́ tá à ń wí yìí.
They said many things against Moses that
Wọ́n
day.
sọ̀rọ̀ sí i.
They molested him. They insulted him.
A mọ̀ pé dáràn ni ọ́.
We knew you to be a criminal.
A mọ̀ pé rúlígáàsì ni ọ́.
We knew you to be a criminal.
Ṣé o tún gbèsè rẹ̀ dé ọba ti fi álẹ̀
You could have let us be.
ká kú sóko ẹrú
Let us die there.
àbá lójú orí ń bẹ̀.
At least they will give us a place to
Èwo
bury
ni
us.
kí wọ́n pa wá sí kí wọ́n sọ wá sínú òkú.
Why would they kill us
Tá ní
and
lójú orí.
throw us inside the sea? We will not have any burial ground.
Mósè sọ fún wọn
Moses told them.
Tẹ́ bá wo ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlá àti ẹsẹ̀ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún.
Read verses 14 to 15.
Ẹ́sọ́dù orí kẹrìnlá ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlá kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún.
Exodus chapter 14, 14 to 15.
Ó ní adúró jẹ́.
He said, wait.
Àwọn tẹ́ ń wò yìí.
These people you see.
Ẹ kì yóò rí wọn mọ́.
You will not see them again.
Ó wá na ọ̀pá yẹn.
Then he stretched forth.
Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ní kó nà.
As God commanded him.
Òkun sì pín sí yà.
And the sea parted.
Wọ́n kọjá nílé ìyàngbẹ́.
And they walked on the dry ground.
Jásà.
Jasa
Òun ló gbé ọ̀pá lọ́wọ́.
was the one carrying the rod.
Àwọn ìjọ kan sì ń lo kìíní fún ètò sí wọn dì sí.
Some churches still observe this. They still use it in their
Lẹ́nìkan ó gbé ọ̀pá lọ́wọ́.
that someone will carry the rod
Níwájú àlùfáà.
before the priest.
Bí wọ́n ṣe rìn kọjá ní Ísírẹ́lì nù.
That was the same
Ní
way.
Íjíbítì.
That was the same way Israel walked.
Bí wọ́n ṣe kúrò ní Íjíbítì nù.
That was how they came out.
Bí wọ́n sì ṣe rìn kọjá Òkun
And
Pupa
that
nù.
was how they went through the Red Sea.
Jásà tó gbé ọ̀pá yìí lọ́wọ́.
Jasa, the man carrying the rod,
Tó bá na ọ̀pá
if he should stretch
sí Òkun
the
Pupa.
rod at the Red Sea,
Òkun Pupa ò ní pínyà.
the Red Sea will not part.
Nítorí pé inú ọ̀pá nǹkan lágbára wà.
Because the power is not resident in the rod.
Àwọn míì ọmọ sọ pé
Some people will say
Ẹ́sọ́dù orí kẹrin
that in Exodus chapter 4,
ẹsẹ̀ kínní
verse 1,
Mósè ń kùn.
Moses was
Ó
grumbling.
ní Ọlọ́run wọn ò ní gbà mí gbọ́.
He said, God, they will not believe me.
Wọn ò ní gbà mí gbọ́.
They will not believe me.
Wọn ò ní gbà pé Ọlọ́run ló rán mi.
They will not believe that God sent me.
Ẹsẹ̀ kejì sọ pé
And verse 2 says,
Ọlọ́run ló sọ̀rọ̀ ń bẹ̀.
it was God that was speaking there.
Ó ní kí ni ń bẹ lọ́ọ̀ rẹ.
He said, what is in your hand?
Mósè ní ọ̀pá ni.
And Moses said, it is the law.
Ó ní ọ̀pá ni.
He said, it is the law.
Ọ̀pá ní ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ mi.
It is the rod in my hand.
Ọ̀pá yìí ló sọ sílẹ̀.
It was this rod he threw at the ground
Tó padà dejò.
and turned to a snake.
Kìí ṣe ọ̀pá yẹn
It was not that rod
ńlọ́la Òkun Pupa.
that parted the Red Sea.
Ẹlòmíì nínú àwọn mílíọ̀nù mẹ́fà èèyàn ọkùnrin tó tẹ̀lé.
Some people out of the 6 million men that
Tí wọ́n bá mú ọ̀pá wọn,
if they should take the same rod,
tí wọ́n nà á sí Òkun
they
Pupa,
should stretch it to the Red Sea.
Òkun Pupa ò ní pínyà.
The Red Sea will not pass.
Torí pé Mósè ní ikọ̀ tá a fi ṣẹ̀ ń ná.
Because Moses was the ambassador.
Ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ wà.
He was the one with the grace.
Ara rẹ̀ ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ wà.
On him was the grace.
Ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ ní àánú wà.
With him was the mercy.
Láti ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run
As it came from God
láti gba Ísírẹ́lì là.
to deliver the Israelites.
Láti gba Ísírẹ́lì là.
To deliver the Israelites.
Ẹ má gbàgbé pé
Do not forget that.
nígbà tá a dárúkọ wọn yìí,
After their names were mentioned,
orúkọ ṣe pàtàkì. Mo ti sọ fún wa ní
name
ìgbà
is
kan.
very important. I told you here.
Orúkọ ló sì ṣe pàtàkì jù
Name is the most important
téèyàn máa ní láyé.
that you can have as treasure.
Bó mo ṣe mọ̀.
How did I know?
Ní Genesis orí kejì,
In Genesis chapter 2,
ẹsẹ̀ ìkọkàndínlógún.
verse 19,
Bíbélì sọ ń bẹ̀ pé
the Bible told us there,
Olúwa Ọlọ́run
and the Lord God,
ó sì dá ẹranko ògbẹ́gun.
He created the animals,
Ó dá wọn igi, ó dá gbogbo
He
tí ó.
created the trees, He
Bíbélì sọ pé
created everything.
ó sì
Then
mú
the
wọn
Bible
tọ̀
says He brought them
Ádámù lọ.
to Adam
Àgékùgbólò láti sọ lórúkọ.
to give them names.
Àgékùgbólò tó parí ẹsẹ̀ kọkàndínlógún Genesis orí kejì.
That phrase of Genesis 2 verse 19.
Ó ní orúkọ kórúkọ tí Ádámù sọ kó ló jẹ́ dòní olónìí.
That Adam gave to them is what they bear till today.
Lábẹ́ ìsọjí ìtọ́dún yìí.
In this year's crusade,
Ìmọ̀rúkọ wo ni wọ́n ti sọ ọ́?
I don't know that name they have called you.
Ìmọ̀rúkọ wo láyé ti ń pè ọ́?
I don't know that name they call you.
Ọlọ́run mọ̀ sí i.
God is involved.
Ọlọ́run sọ fún arábìnrin nì.
God told that sister,
Ó ní ìwọ tí ayé ń pè lágàn.
say you that they call barren.
Ìwọ táyé ń pè lágàn.
Say you that they call barren.
Àbí wọ́n ń pè ọ́ ní olòṣì.
Or they call you the wretched one.
Wọ́n ń pè ọ́ lájígbèsè.
Or they are calling you the debtor.
Àbí wọ́n ń pè ọ́ ní aláìsàn.
Or they are calling you a sick person.
Nígbà tí mo ní àìsàn ojú.
When I had the problem of the eyes.
Tí mo sì máa ní bí a ṣe wà ní ìsìn bí ọdún méjì sí àkókò tá a sì wá, mo ti níwèé pè fún sọjí. Ní ọdún 2026. 2026.
Some invitations for 2026.
Mo délé lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá.
I got back home last week.
Mo bá wèé pè méjì fún 2026 nílé.
I made 2 invitation letters for next 2 years.
Ọdún tó ń bọ̀ ti kú.
Next year is freedom.
Mo ti gba ìpè sílẹ̀ kí wàhálà ojú ó tó dé.
I had invitations before I had the eye problem.
Mo wá dé ìjọ kan.
Then I went to one church.
Nígbà wọ́n fà mí débẹ̀.
When they led me there.
Àwọn tí ó pè mí sọ pé.
Those who invited me said.
Wọ́n ní ajínrere.
They said evangelist.
Ẹ ní lè ṣiṣẹ́ nìyí.
You can't minister here.
Nítorí pé afọ́jú kọ́ làwọn pè.
Because we did not invite a blind man.
Ẹni tójú rẹ̀ ríran làwọn pè.
We invited a man with eyes.
Abirùn kọ́ làwọn pè.
They did not invite a disabled.
Àbí wọ́n ti fi àbùkù ara kan wọ́n ti fi fún ọ lóko mi yàtọ̀ sí ètò bí sọ. Yàtọ̀ sí ètò. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ sí i.
God knows about it.
Ọlọ́run ní ìwọ tí ayé ń pè lágàn.
God said you that the people call parents.
Ọlọ́run mọ̀ sí i.
God knew about it.
Ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tó ti máa yáwó iléèwé àwọn ọmọ.
That man, that woman, you always borrow from to pay children's school fees.
Tó ti tún wá sọ fún àmọ́ rẹ̀.
And I told his children.
Ẹ dákun tí pásọ̀ yẹn bá dé.
Please, if that pastor, by nature, if that pastor should come.
Ẹ dákun tí díkì yẹn bá dé.
By nature, if that speaking.
Ẹ dákun tí arákùnrin bá dé.
Please, if that man should come.
Ẹ̀yin ọmọ yìí ẹ sọ fún wípé ìsínlé o.
You children, tell him I am not available.
Torí pé owó sùkúù tí yín náà mọ̀ ń wà tí rí owó sùkúù yóò máa sọ fún àwọn kéékèèké pé ajigbèsè ni ó ń bọ̀ wá tọrọ owó ni.
He is coming to collect money to borrow.
Gbogbo ìgbà tí yẹn bá sì ti dúró lórí pẹpẹ ó fẹ́ ka bíbélì ní àbọ̀ fẹ́ gba ọrẹ tí irú àwọn ọmọ tí òbí ti sọ̀yún fún bá rí lókè wọ́n máa kẹ́gàn rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú Ọlọ́run ó máa bàjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé.
Go to the altar to minister. Children, they have told things about them, we will be watching them and God will serve.
Dípò kí amúnú Ọlọ́run nù.
Instead for us to excite God.
Àwa fẹ́ máa bà Ọlọ́run nínú jẹ́.
We are making God serve.
Ọlọ́run sọ àwọn wọ̀nyí lórúkọ.
God gave these people names.
Wọ́n jẹ́ 12.
They were 12.
Bí Ọlọ́run ṣe sọ ìwọ náà lórúkọ.
As God also gave you names.
Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn Ọlọ́run.
People of God.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àti iṣẹ́ ìyanu bẹ̀rẹ̀ àṣálẹ́ ọ̀la.
From tomorrow night, we're going to be entering into full word and power ministration.
Mo kàn rọra sílẹ̀kùn pẹ́ nírọ̀lẹ́.
Tonight is introduction.
Láti jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ wípé.
For you to know that.
Ọlọ́run kì í ṣe aláwàdà.
God is not a tester.
Tó bá ti pè ọ́.
When he calls you.
Tó bá ti rán ọ.
When he sends you.
O lè máa rò pé.
You might be thinking that.
Èmi kì í kúkú ṣáájú rẹ.
I am not even an evangelist.
Èmi kọ́ ni rẹ́fẹ́ ní èyí sì ṣe díákónì.
I am not a deacon.
Ìpè pé oríṣiríṣi o.
We have different types of calls.
A pe ẹlòmíì.
Some are called.
Torí kó o lè tọ́jú àwọn aláìní
So
nínú.
that you can take care of the poor.
A pe ẹlòmíì.
Some are called.
Torí kó o lè máa tọ́jú àwọn tí ọwọ́ wọn ò gòkè nílé bàbá rẹ.
You can take care of less privilege in your father's house.
Nínú ìpàdé yìí.
In this meeting.
Èmi náà gbàdúrà.
I will also pray.
Ọlọ́run ṣe èmi náà ní transformer ilé aró náà.
That God will also make me the source of living of the precious country.
Kẹ́mi náà ó lè máa ran àwọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́ nílé aró náà.
I can help them in the family.
Mo fẹ́ gbaṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́, mo fẹ́ di kọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Add that ministry to my ministry.
Ìyún wà lára àwọn àdúrà mi nínú ìpàdé tí mo sì nídàálójú pé màá rí.
I know God will answer.
Ká tó parí.
Before we close.
Bí Ọlọ́run mi ti wà láàyè.
As my God lives.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn Ọlọ́run.
People of God.
Bíbélì sọ láti ẹsẹ̀ kínní.
From verse 1.
Títí di ẹsẹ̀ tó fi ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá.
To verse 10.
Jésù sá sọ fún wa.
Jesus was telling them.
Àní ẹ máa lẹ́mìí àgbẹ̀ jáde.
You must send out the
sick. Ẹ máa mú aláìsàn lára dá.
You must heal the sick.
Ó tún ní ẹ máa jí òkú dìde.
You must raise the dead.
Ó túmọ̀ sí wípé.
It implies that.
Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé.
All the people.
ẹ̀yà ara wọn kan ti dòkú.
That a part of their body is dead.
Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé
Those that
iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn ti dòkú.
the work of their hand is dead.
Ní bí oṣù mọ́kànlá sẹ́yìn,
About 11 months ago,
a wà ní Àpárá.
we were at Akpara
À ń ṣe àjọ̀dún Jésù.
for Jesus Festival.
Ògo ni fún Ọlọ́run lókè ọ̀run.
Glory be to God in the highest.
Arábìnrin kan wá sípàdé hùn.
A woman came to that program.
Ọlákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tó wọ́n wà ń tó nù.
She said that was our first time.
Iṣẹ́ tá a bá fi rán pọ̀ kì í pa ikọ̀.
When an assignment is given to an ambassador, it's always successful.
Òun kàn wá sọ jí tiẹ̀.
She just came to say.
Ó lóun ti sọ̀rì tínú.
She said she had lost hope.
Ṣùgbọ́n bí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe jáde nù.
But in the course of the program, message came
Ẹnìkan wà ń bí o.
that somebody is here
O ò lóyún òbí máa rí.
that you have never conceived.
Kó tó di àjọ̀dún Jésù tó ń bọ̀ o.
But before the next Jesus festival,
Ó bímọ.
you will have children.
Ó jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún mẹ́tàlélọ́gọ́ta bó ṣe pè rẹ̀.
According to her, she was 63.
La bá wá sí ìjọ kìíní Awẹ́ lóṣù
Then
keje.
we came to our Baptist Church in July.
Àwa bá wọn, a máa ń ṣe irúpàdé lọ́dọọdún.
We do have an annual program with them.
Nígbà parí,
Then after the program,
ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan ní kí n wá bò ń ṣèpàdé bí ìjọ kan àbí ìjọ méjì ìrántí dáadáa mú.
one of my brothers asked that I should have 1 or 2 days program with his church.
Mo sáà lọ bá wọn ṣe.
Then I went there.
Bí arábìnrin yìí àti ọkọ wọn ṣe wá bá mi.
This sister and the husband came to meet me.
Wọ́n ní
They said
àwọn ajẹ́rìí.
they came to share their
Kílẹ̀
testimony.
rí.
What was their testimony?
Iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ báyìí jáde.
That social message came out
Àwọn sì rí àánú gbà.
and God gave them mercy.
Mo bá wò wọ́n ti wà nú oyún.
I was looking at the woman. She was already pregnant.
Ọ̀sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń pè mí.
Every week they will call me.
Ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá yìí,
Last week,
a ṣe ìsọmọlórúkọ. Oṣù kẹjọ ni wọ́n pé ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìnlélọ́gọ́ta.
the name is
64.
it was August. The woman plus 64.
Wọ́n láwọn ò lóyún rí.
He said she never conceived one day.
Wọn ò lọ sí hospital kí wọ́n bá wọn ṣe kíní ìgbàlódé.
She didn't go to the hospital for IVF.
Agbára Ọlọ́run wọnú
The power of God
Ilé ọmọ yẹn.
entered into her womb.
ìyanu sì ṣẹlẹ̀.
And the miracle happened.
Ọlẹ̀ sọ,
She was able to conceive.
wọ́n sì bí ọmọ náà.
And they gave birth to the child.
Wọ́n sì bí ọmọ náà.
And they gave birth to the child.
Ògo ni fún Ọlọ́run.
Glory be to God in the highest.
Ṣé ilé ọmọ ló ti kú?
Is it maybe the womb is dead?
Mo jẹ́ ẹlẹ́rìí.
I am a living testimony.
Gbogbo obìnrin wọlé.
When my wife came in,
Jesus. Agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀. Agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀. Ó lànà sórí òkun. Ó wòdì Jẹ́ríkò.
agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀, ó lànà sórí ogun.
Ha! Ó lágbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀. Agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀. Ó lànà sórí òkun. Ó wòdì Jẹ́ríkò. Ha! Jẹ́ríkò. Amen. Ẹ wò. Ẹ dákun. Ẹ jẹ́ tètè gba ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ àgbagbà. Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀, ọjọ́ mẹ́ta péré la sì ní.
Give me the microphone early tomorrow.
Irú àkókò yìí agbọ́dọ̀ ti kú òní.
By this time, every day was.
Aago méje ti fẹ́ lù báyìí.
It's almost 7 now.
Iṣẹ́ sì pọ̀.
And we have lots to do.
Iṣẹ́ agbára lójoojúmọ́.
We have power ministration
Ọ̀rọ̀ agbára lójoojúmọ́.
every day. Word ministrations every day.
Ní orí ni kò mọ́ ní láàárọ̀ ọ̀la.
Very early tomorrow morning.
Aago 6
Exactly 6 a.m.
á pàdé ní.
We shall meet here.
Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi pé
The Lord told me
òun ó ṣe ju bóun ṣe ní ìlú Ìṣẹ́yìn.
He will do greater things than he did at his saying.
ní inú ìjọ yìí lọ́sẹ̀.
In this church, this week.
Aago méje òní lù tá a fi sórí ọ̀fẹ́ láàárọ̀.
6 to 7.
Torí àwọn ọmọ iléèwé àti àwọn tó ń lọ sóko ìwádìí.
Because of students and those going to office.
Ẹ dákun àkọ́kọ́ àdúrà.
The number one prayer point for today.
Ẹyọkan náà lẹ́sìn gbà ń rọ̀lẹ́.
We are praying only one prayer for today.
Ẹ sọ fún Ọlọ́run.
You will tell God.
Ọlọ́run o.
God.
Gbogbo ohunkóhun
Anything
tí ìwọ Ọlọ́run ti ṣe létò fún mi.
that you God have in plan for me.
Jeremáyà orí kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n.
Jeremiah 29.
Ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlá sọ pé.
Verse 11 says.
Èmi mọ èrò mi fún ọ.
I know my thoughts.
Ó ní èrò mi fún ọ rere ni kì í ṣe fún
My
ibi.
thoughts for you, they are good and not evil.
Ọlọ́run bá a ti sọ
Lord, as we are discussed.
ní oṣù Ṣẹẹrẹ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù Ṣẹẹrẹ ọdún ìkọ́ yìí.
This was not our discussion, our agreement on the 1st of January this year.
Bá a ti jọ sọ lóṣù Ṣẹẹrẹ
Our agreement 1st January.
ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù Ṣẹẹrẹ ọdún ìkọ́ ló ń rí yìí.
This is not in line with our agreement 1st of January.
Ọlọ́run o
No.
kí oṣù yóò tó parí.
Before the end of this
Gbogbo
November,
tí ṣe tèmi tó ti sọnù sáyé.
whatever is mine that is lost,
Ọlọ́run gbà á padà fún mi.
Lord, have them back for me.
Ẹ sọ́dọ̀ àdúrà.
Prayers.
Ẹ rí báwọn èèyàn mi ti ń gbàdúrà.
See the way we are praying.
Jésù Olúwa wa.
In Jesus' name we are praying.
Mo fẹ́ gbàdúrà fún gbogbo ènìyàn.
I want to pray for the church of God now.
Bí mo ṣe fẹ́ gbà
As I want to pray,
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi pé
the Spirit of God told me that
ẹnìkan wà níbí.
there is somebody here.
Ẹni ibì kan fún ẹ lówó lójú oorun.
An evil person gave you money in the dream.
Wọ́n fún ẹ lówó lójú oorun.
They gave you money in the dream.
Látìgbà náà tó ti jí
And after you woke up,
ló ti ń jẹ gbèsè.
you have always find yourself in the debt.
Tẹ́mi bá ṣe ènìyàn Ọlọ́run.
If I be a servant of God,
Ọjọ́ bíi mẹ́fà tó kù
the remaining 6 days
kí oṣù yìí parí.
for this month to end,
Gbogbo gbèsè yẹn ó jẹ sísan.
all debt shall be paid.
Nǹkan tí wọ́n gbè sáyé
In your dream, like money was given to you.
Ọlọ́run fẹ́ fàyọ báyìí.
The Lord wants to take it out now.
Ó fẹ́ fàyọ báyìí.
The Lord wants to take it out now.
Máa ka 12 gẹ́gẹ́ bí májẹ̀mú tí Ọlọ́run fi ń bá àwọn ènìyàn rẹ̀ lò àti ìwé bá a ṣe rí ní Matthew orí 10 ẹsẹ̀ kìíní.
As we have it in Matthew chapter 10 verse 1,
Máa ka 12
I will count 12.
ibikíbi tí ẹnìyàn dúró sí.
Wherever that person is standing,
Agbára Ọlọ́run ó fọwọ́ kàn.
the power of God will rest on the person.
Kíní tó farahàn bí gbà wọ́n pọ̀ lówó yẹn
That thing that manifested in your kingdom,
tí wọ́n gbè sínú ayé rẹ yẹn
that they used to
tó fa ẹ̀mí ìkórìíra yẹn
has caused
tó
envy,
lé olóore sáyẹn.
that is sending away your helper.
Ogun ọ̀rọ̀ á mú kúrò ńbẹ̀.
The power of God will take it out.
Wọ́n wá sí ọ̀run
The heavens shall be opened
fún òjò ìbùkún.
for abundance of
Kí n
blessing.
tó ka 12 tán bí tẹ́ni náà dúró sí.
Before I count 12, wherever the person is,
Agbára Ọlọ́run ó fọwọ́ kàn.
the power of God will rest on
Gẹ́gẹ́
him
bó ṣe rán mi jáde wá sílùú yìí.
as he has sent me to this town.
1, 2, 3. Shamboli. Yes, sir. Where are my people? Oh my God. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Ọlọ́run mi kú iṣẹ́. Láti ọ̀la lọ,
Is at work.
iṣẹ́ agbára farahàn.
From tomorrow evening is going to be deep and power ministration.
Please, I will need workers because I didn't come with enough people. I came with only 4 people. So I will need people that will work with me tomorrow by God's grace. You need to be vigilant. There is going to be power ministration every day. Shumbali Masa. Mo pàṣẹ pé
I command that
tó bá jẹ́ni tó ń ná owó yẹn fún ẹ lójú oorun,
if the person that spent the money for you in the dream,
tó bá ti kú,
if is dead
tí a ti sin,
and buried,
Ọlọ́run milẹ̀ mókù lálẹ́.
the Lord shall be good.
ó sì dá ibi yẹn padà sórí ẹ̀.
And then the evil will come back to the person.
Tó bá wà láyé,
If the person is alive,
ó ń tajà tó ń rí ṣe lọ́jà Àkẹ̀sán ni.
maybe he is making wealth with what they took from you.
Ọjà Dànsáríà ni ti ń tajà tí ń rí ṣe, àbájégúnlẹ̀. Àbó ti rán ọmọ tiẹ̀ lọ ìlú òyìnbó tí wọ́n wà ń jẹ gbèsè tó jẹ́ pé wúrùjì ti ọlá tiẹ̀ nílò. Bíbélì sọ pé nígbà tí Olúwa dà kó lọ sí onípadà wá dàbí ẹni tí ń làlà. Mo pàṣẹ tí èmi bá ṣe ènìyàn Ọlọ́run, ibi tó gbìn sínú ayé rẹ yẹn, ibi yẹn kó lọ bá níbikíbi tó wà. Mo gbàdúrà fún gbogbo ènìyàn ní orúkọ ti Bàbá àti ti Ọmọ àti ti Ẹ̀mí Mímọ́. Àánú bẹ̀ yín wò lálẹ́ yìí. Ògo Ọlọ́run farahàn lọ́tùn. Ìyanu ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé yín ní orúkọ ti Bàbá àti ti Ọmọ àti ti Ẹ̀mí Mímọ́.
Àtẹ́wọ́ ńlá fún Jésù Kristi nítorí pé Ọlọ́run ti ṣèyanu láàrin wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi òní wa láti dúpẹ́ òní wa.
Kò ní bàjẹ́.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Olúwa ṣeun.
Mo ti rí àánú
Olúwa
gbà.
ṣeun.